Welcome to another webinar. So we're going to discuss the past week trades. If you have any question or comments, please drop them off in the chat. All right, so last week we reviewed all the way up to here, past Euro bullish, okay? All right, so let's just start with XVG because it's related to one of our main trades. XVG USDT was an option so we can be safe because XVG to BTC was a challenging trade as BTC volatility and the spikes will keep rising. So we have three targets here. Now the reasoning behind these three targets is because Verge is being manually pumped by the very same institution. And you can see here how our first target to USDT almost got triggered. Basically, the main people who have entered XVG have invested so heavily, all the way, I would say, up to the first 50 to 60%, and they're not willing to back down. The remainders, this is a bearish doji, basically, which will soon become a doji. And then the next candle will have a mini decline, I would say, all the way to 61,000 Satoshi. And from there on, all the other targets can just be achieved within the time frame that's going to be given on the XVG BTC chart. Now, before the whole prior thing happened on May 8th, we spotted a doji here on an inverted hammer doji, and that was the beginning of the institutional money coming in to XVG. XVG had a good uptrend, and by June 6th, they already started the breakout. So that was XVG. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about NAS. Why NAS was important? Well, it was posted on May 8th, and one of the things about it was that we got to a point that a breakout was given. It's just when you have a situation like this, you cannot, let's say, have just a stop loss and go shopping with this because it doesn't work like that. This is a very volatile coin, and basically all the limit orders will kick in and drop it back down. But you can see how massive these breakouts were. Currently sitting at 300 Satoshi, and that's going to explode up. And I'm pretty sure we're going to hit our first target. Now, even a Bitcoin pump or a dump will not be able to decline this bullish trend that NAS is on right now. However, the best point to buy was basically when the chart was posted on May 8th. That was NAS. Now we're going to go, well, Euro USD was pretty obvious. We were going to have a breakout, and I'm still bullish on Euro USD after a little correction. RLC Roadmap. A lot of potential with this trade. Once we broke back in and captured our yellow line, which is the temporary support that we had on the bottom of the channel that was forming, it has spiked back up right over it, and we entered the channel, the long-term channel, the short-term channel. And the short-term channel is already taken. This curve is going to be completed soon. And the thing about RLC is we can still shop it about 8 to 10% lower due to the fact that this area has still a bit of a opportunity. So basically you could shop about, I would say, let's see, yeah, only 7% a slippage here can get you a RLC position open. And that's RLC, guys. Let's play this chart out again. There we go. A huge amount of profit, guys. Original target 161 from the harmonic pattern, and let's go ahead and get to seller. So seller brought in a huge amount of profit. We have 3 levels of collecting profit, basically. The thing about seller is it's a really, really good coin because many exchanges have it. and also a lot of people are familiar with it. Once on May 14th, this was posted, you can see how we took the yellow support line, all right, and then we established this support. We took over it, and then later on, the remainder of the volume came back in. And then now we're basically accumulating, but soon we will capture the next zone. And once we do break the next zone, the prior rest of it is just going to be a FOMO play. So make sure you have sell limit orders in place. And also be very careful, because once we lose this yellow support line down, which we shouldn't, basically we can come back to the buy zone. And that is why we have been collecting our profits and updating our stop loss all the way to our first target. Now this was Seller. Great investment on Seller, one of the best charts. Now let's go ahead and check out Populist. So Populist, we knew that once we hit our support line here, we're going to become parabolic. When something becomes parabolic, there are going to be opportunities to cash out. And it's just, you have to play the profit trailing, or else you're not going to be a very successful trader on this one, especially as you can see how all of our targets were hit, and then immediately the sales kicked back in. And we are still going to climb back up to the 76% channel for sure. And then once we establish ourselves on top of this support, then we're going to become a full-on parabolic, and the Adam and Eve going to be completed. That was Populist. Now we're going to go to Phoenix. Phoenix is still an open trade. We have a few targets here, as you can see. Basically, we're going to complete this gap, and let's see how it played out. Now, the thing with Phoenix is Phoenix holders are very, they're very scared lads, as the smallest amount of Bitcoin movement will scare these guys off. However, we have built a great amount of support, amazing breakout. As you can see, the wings were open. I don't know if they were flipping, but so we did hit our targets. First, 33%, 53%, 74%. And as you can see how we are playing within every zone. And you can be sure the 99% is going to be completed. We're just building back up, guys. It's going to go all the way up. We're going to hit our target, 100% in the bag. And then also the main last target is 209. After this, we're going to have a FOMO coming in, and we're going to capture that as well. All right. So that is Phoenix. And Phoenix is almost like Verge, as many, it's a very good pumpy coin. So that was Phoenix. QNT, we reviewed this many times. I'm not going to explain much over it. However, it's still a bit bullish, but we have lost, we have lost this. So we're going back to Z1 most likely, or at least close to it. But that was QNT from a harmonic pattern breakout. Let's review CHR. CHR is basically back at a test on top of the channel. It's still very bullish. You can see how we retested on top of the channel. And now we're going to go ahead and try to get, probably we're going to crash back into the channel once the pump of BTC gets in place. But we have some time. So we're going to discuss the BTC roadmap on a 3-day chart. This is one of the most important chart, and basically the best chart ever posted on Tradingview about Bitcoin. One of the reasons about that is that we have good play channels here going on. And one of the most important things is that we're going to understand and we know that where we should be with our altcoins or top coins. It is important to know, for example, let's play this chart out right now. All right, so we are right here. Now, if a dump comes, we know where is our safe zone. Then we know where is our second safe zone for our shitcoins, all right? That's how you should play this chart out, guys. This is mainly put in here not because we know Bitcoin is going to go over 10,000 and then drop, which is given by calculations of the harmonic patterns, but we can calculate our risk to the coins that we're holding. One of the best setup that this chart is trying to tell us is that the conversion between the top coins to the shitcoin and from the shitcoin to the top coin. This transfer of basically amount of fund, once the confidence going to be back up. So once we go over 9,485, the top coins are going to start building back up. So what does that mean? For example, I consider NEO a mini top coin. And once we do pass 9,427, you can immediately see not only NEO getting a good amount of volume coming in, but also gas, the dividend coin of it, will start building a lot of volume. And gas is way, way, way more parabolic than NEO. So the strategy is hold 30% to 40% NEO, and then hold a bigger position than that in gas and try to cash out once NEO grows to 30%. Gas will most likely grow 80%. So that is that, and we're going to discuss about the NEO chart as well. You can see on the comments how we have predicted every other movement prior to this move, and this is the BTC roadmap, guys, on the 3-day chart. So storage was fully bullish since, and it's still bullish. It's basically about to go within this other channel. So, and you can see, if you're to compare this zone, this is where the price action is, this red line where we are. We have broken over the channel, and now you're in the complete zone. And after this, if a storage does break out, it's going to be over. It's going to go up to another 80 to 90%. However, this buy volume right here for sure was a whale, and the breakout was not only that this was the main whale going in, but he probably had another section of its buy limit orders within a little bit higher, so he was trying to break the zone. And he couldn't, because it's just many people had a lot of positions and sell positions over there, but it was a good try. We have traded storage many times before, considerably. We are one of the whales in it. So that was storage. Now we're going to come back up to MFT. MFT still has a target open, regardless to say we keep 10% open at all time. So here we are. We were sitting at 6 level right here at the bottom of the curve, and you can see how perfectly the curve got built, and afterwards the breakout of it. After the support we have built up over here, profit trailing strategy, and we are just an inch away almost to break another channel, and then oof, we're going to be right back at 18 easily. This is a really nice setup, guys. So that was MFT. MRO, American stocks. Now, unfortunately, oil futures have been killing all of our oil trades, basically. Even though we broke out and now we are back again right here. I'm expecting to be able to buy MRO. I'm not going to be scared out of it and sell my position in any way. Remember, this gap happened not naturally, but it happened because oil dropped to $0 all of a sudden. So this is a guaranteed profit. This is a guaranteed profit. We're going to hit this yellow support line here, just like how we did with all the cryptos. Leo. All right. Leo is playing a little, basically it's trying to establish itself over 12,000 Satoshi over here and become parabolic to break up to these targets. However, it keeps doing the higher lows, as you can see, and it's still bullish. That is Leo. We have collected many profits over here. The related charts over that breakout is right about here, and you have to keep an eye with the volatility with the BTC roadmap. That was Leo. RLC roadmap, this is just an update of the previous roadmap on RLC, so people don't forget who actually runs the show on RLC. RLC first target gets hit. We're going for R1, decline, and then pump back up, and it's going to be a head and shoulder, left head, right shoulder, boom. I call the shots. That was RLC. Note. Now, people don't have the guts to get on certain trades, but it's important to know when the bottom of the curve turns is the best spot to buy, and apparently you can see it how we are over here. Posted on May 28th, the node bullish curve, 5% up today, and it's just gonna establish itself here and start going back up. Every target we have to collect our profits, guys. 195% is a really, really good margin to go with this. This is the node bullish curve. Also, a lot of people are confused why node is also known as INT, internet node, but it's the same thing. Don't freak out about it like, what is node, what is INT? It's the same thing. That same roadmap we discussed on a 3-day chart, here is the 1-day chart if you want to have a closer look. Again, guys, overall, whoever posts on these roadmaps, any questions or anything, will be getting their answers back. All you got to do, just let me know what's going on, what's your question. If you don't even understand it, please drop off a comment so I can explain to you how this works out. You can see where we are and how we are still respecting this support line. If we do break the support down, we're going to have this other support at 8,204, and still all of our alt trades are pretty safe. This is that 1-day chart of the same 3D chart. Okay, now let's go ahead to XVG BTC, return of the whales. All right, guys, so we have been playing around with Verge since April, all right, and we've seen every little move of it. It respects a certain wave pattern that keeps going about it. Even though when the bullishness of it gets declined, the probability of it is the same thing. And the thing about it that is important, it remained bullish after the crash, and that was May 30th. And from here on, look, just check out the load that comes about. All right, so you can see the whales got in here, and they haven't even cashed out. They have not cashed out. And what's very important about Verge is that Verge hasn't even touched the resistance that it just broke. This coin is extremely bullish, and it's not normal because people who are running this basically pump and dump are very clever as of what they're dealing with. This little bit of a cash out were the people who are afraid of the volatility of the Bitcoin. However, we have achieved 2 targets here, a great amount of profit. We were in it since 33, and another Verge chart can be found in the comment section. The USDT chart that we discussed earlier, how bullish it is. All right, guys, that was Verge. Now we're gonna go to IOTA swing potential. The IOTA swing potential was a really good one. If you're doing leverage on IOTA, you'd be in a good amount of profit. You can expect another spike here, and if not, we have a decline. Let's say bullishness of Bitcoin or something comes in the middle. We can buy back up again at Z1 or Z2. I would love to buy IOTA at Z2. I already have buy orders here, just in case if I have another one of these spike come down about here, I can buy back in, and that way we're gonna have a full-on harmonic, one down, one here, and then back up to the green supported line. It's gonna be a really, really, really nice play, guys. IOTA is an amazing setup. That was IOTA, guys. Now, remember what I told you about how NEO being a mini top coin? All right, so this is what I'm talking about. As you can see here, this is the NEO trend line. This is the gas trend line. And look how related they are. And gas is basically a hyper kid with ADHD over here. Just as soon as NEO gets stable, this one becomes super bullish. The recent spike of NEO gonna pump gas up about another 20%. Gas is just waiting for NEO to pop back up, and I know for sure NEO is going to capture the support line that we have been having since March 20th. Okay, we're gonna capture this again, and once we do, NEO stables itself over this support line. the next spike gonna happen, and oh boy, you would love to catch gas at that point. This chart is the best chart ever posted on Neo. Make sure you drop your likes, support this idea if you want more updates on this chart. Now we discussed the EOS long trade. We have canceled this trade as BTC started getting really parabolic. Recently, when I posted this May 30th one, it was just giving us spikes. So we exited our leverage trade on EOS. However, we ran a TRX long leverage for premium members, and that was a great success. Sky. This is Sky. All right, so Sky channel play basically, we have two targets here and a remainder of our position open on the Sky. Sky is going to capture the R1 posted on June 2nd. Let's check it out. All right, perfectly. Not only we captured R1, we stabled and retested back on, and as soon as we drop, you can see how the zones are so perfectly placed, guys. All right, you can just keep on fishing on the Sky. Every time it drops, just keep on doing the same thing. And if you do know, once the breakout came after the R1, it hit the top of the channel. This is huge. Why? Because this means you can get back up here again, and that's a good amount of profit. This is going to be a cup and a handle, and then we're going to break it out, and then I'll see you guys on the moon. Cheap bread. This chart was one of the best charts I put in, the first of its kind when it came about. Basically, this spread was the cheapest spread you could have got in the signal market. You can see how we rode over to the top of the channel, broke the channel up. Here is my support. We're testing the channel and hopefully break over it to become parabolic for these great targets: 135%, 374%, and that is what you get with BRD. INSBTC. Now, INSBTC did give us a great breakout. However, you can see over here, we're just having a little bit of a correction. And at worst, it's going to head our red line over here, which this is why, guys, this is why I'm keep telling you, you need to start collecting profit. Don't be greedy. If you hold the bags, expect to lose the bag. Okay, you have to keep on collecting your profit. This is a very volatile market, and we are breakout traders. We know we're going to collect. Look at this. Even when it dropped back to this white line over here, this is our second buy zone. We bought 30% market price here, dropped back up, we bought back again more here, and here we go. You should have collected profit, especially as we have a bearish divergence that happened over here and the price dropped. All right, so that was INS. Let's check out ELF. All right, so ELF was this. I put this up for a premium client, and he just wanted a quick bag, and this is why we did this. So you can see how we have a breakout of the channel, come back to the support, dropped under the support, stabled over the support, and guys, after this, the main breakout gonna come with ELF. We still have time, so don't rush. We have to be very strategic when we are about to get into these coins. That was ELF, guys. Now, Ethereum Roadmap. Now, since I am bullish on BTC, and as soon as BTC gets over 9,500, you're gonna see Ethereum getting extremely bullish. And matter of fact, Ethereum next breakout is about to come, and once it does, it's gonna capture this support line of ours. Okay, guys? And then from here on is where it's gonna become parabolic. It's gonna start spiking hard, and this is where your leverage trade is gonna bring you massive profits. Right? That's Ethereum. I have longs open since here, Just collecting profit on Ethereum is very important. For sure, we're gonna hit 350. That was the Ethereum Roadmap. All right, ACT, BTC. All right, guys. I'm expecting huge breakout with ACT, BTC. So far, we have a tiny little breakout over our resistance over here. We got it at a pretty good price. We haven't really tested the top of this resistance. So it can happen, but don't you worry. Even if it does, the best strategy is to buy more. As once the breakout starts hitting and our target's going to be hit, it's going to be for sure that we're going to be hitting our first target and second, okay, before a decline to break out and be stable over 243% of profit, guys. This is and was the best trade you could have been in. It's one of the best setups. Extremely bullish. I am super bullish on this chart. You can see how the harmonic brought us to another harmonic. Now we have the curve coming in about the support line that we have going on here. All right, so that was ACT BTC. Now we're gonna review Nixo channel play. All right, guys. So we have a mini curve coming up here, Elliott, and guess what? We're expecting 62% all the way to our support line, and there we go. Isn't that the support line we were looking for? Almost to our first target. And you can be sure that after either retest at this zone, I mean, you should be already collecting your profit. I don't know why you wouldn't be after we pass. This is why these are labeled here, guys, okay? You can see how we go over this and we gotta collect profit. We're gonna probably have a retest happening at this zone and then come back up, break this, and this is very important. You can see how it works once we go past the 2165 zone, right? Then we're gonna have a 209 target right here, and then the last is gonna be 341%. But you see, I didn't put these percentages from our entry because I will just buy more back over here, buy more back at the bottom of the channel. This is a bullish channel, guys. A lot of volume, and most likely you will not even hit these little zones over here unless the huge pump with Bitcoin comes about. So that was Nixo, guys. INS breakout trade update. So this is the overall picture of our previous coin that we spoke about right here. This is the INS that we put up right there, and we discussed on how we went up all the way to our first target and we crashed back down. Just want to show you how the overall looks on this chart. Look how many times we took this line back up. This is going to be our 80% target. So when we entered this at this zone and at this zone, now you can see where we're having the support kicking in. Do you see that? Now we can have the 1799 be touched soon, or we're gonna have bearish tendency. If it does, then we know where to buy again. All right, guys. That was INS breakout trade update on a long term. All right. So these were the trades that we've been having. That's overall of 360% in profit. If you leverage IOTA, you even made more. Ethereum, same thing. All right, now let's discuss current Bitcoin movement. All right. So yes, we do have the roadmap. However, on a closer look, this is what we're dealing with. All right, guys. So the best way to play this, all right, for bears and bulls is to basically, I mean, we are still in the accumulation zone on top of this yellow support line, right? Now, the yellow support line, not only is it strong, however, there is a range between this support right here and this resistance over here, okay? And you can see we're about to form a curve. The thing is, you should start having your buy limit orders or long limit orders here. You will be for sure able to capture a good amount of profit. This support is so strong basically since June 20th, all right? I'm sorry, June 2nd, we have not had any lower lows, okay, or anything to that zone again because this is spike. This happens so fast, guys. This is crazy how much support we have and how strong of a support this is. Some lads are talking about how we're going to go to 6,000, or they're just it's just such gibberish when you can see how strong a support reacts here, and especially because we have this guy over here, and we're trying to capture this, and or unless we have to have a rejection at this resistance. Now, Elliott wise, we're probably going to have a minion spike to 9,500. Everyone going to FOMO. They're all going to get liquidated, head back to the resistance. They're going to start to try to buy more. They're going to get liquidated again. The bottom of the curve touch on a support. Then they're going to have a massive pump to 9,700, and then another drop, and then they could go back up. And just like that, we're going to retest this resistance as a support. And from there on, guys, I shall see you on the moon. This is the BTC roadmap basically on a macro, what you got going on here. Support my ideas, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you for being here.